recently, Drake actually included Rock Nation in his whole defamation lawsuit, with UMG, where I guess he's trying to tie in the whole Super Bowl performance with Kendrick and so forth. Now, what do you think overall of Drake losing a battle then suing?
I said he was going to do that. There's an old episode of Brilliant Idiots that people started, taking the clip from and running with it when he filed the lawsuit, and Andrew Schultz asked me, what is Drake's next move? I said, that motherfucker going to sue. He's going to sue. There's nobody that's going to allow you to call, they're not going to allow you to call them a pedophile and not take some sort of legal action.
In the ongoing saga of modern hip-hop, the legal and lyrical clash between Drake and Kendrick Lamar has entered a new chapter, not on stage but in court. Earlier this week, Drake officially filed an appeal against the dismissal of his defamation lawsuit against Universal Music Group, UMG. The case revolves around Lamar's 2024 smash hit, Not Like Us, a record that not only dominated charts but also became a cultural grenade aimed directly at Drake's empire. What began as a lyrical diss war has now evolved into a high-stakes legal confrontation, testing the boundaries of free expression, reputation, and the blurred line between rap as art and rap as accusation. The roots of this feud stretch back to early 2024 when Drake and Kendrick Lamar reignited their long-standing rivalry through a series of diss tracks that electrified the internet. Lamar's Not Like Us dropped like a nuclear strike, layered with double entendres, coded insults, and controversial hints suggesting Drake's alleged misconduct. Fans called it one of the coldest diss tracks of the decade. Within hours, social media exploded with debates, memes, and breakdowns of every lyric, while Drake's supporters accused Kendrick of crossing ethical lines. In July 2024, Drake's legal team responded with a defamation lawsuit against Universal Music Group, claiming the label enabled and profited from Lamar's release of false and damaging statements under its distribution system. The lawsuit argued that Not Like Us went beyond artistic rivalry. It deliberately portrayed Drake as a sexual predator without evidence, causing measurable harm to his reputation and business interests.
Sure he does.
But I'm not sure he does, because I think a Jewish lawyer would be like, I don't know about this one. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know you got the bag, or he's like, this seems a little frivolous. But, I knew that he was going to sue because there's nobody that's going to allow you to call them a pedophile like that and him not take some sort of legal action. But my problem with the whole thing is, man, you said that Kendrick beat his wife.
Yes.
You said that Kendrick's man, Dave Free, one of Kendrick's kids is his kid.
Yep.
It's like, you can't throw dirt on that man's name like that and then get mad at the dirt that individual threw. You know what I'm saying? Like, some things you just gotta eat. And I think in the name of hip hop, in the name of battling, in the name of, you and him feuding and both going to hell on each other. They say, Michelle Obama said, when you go low, when they go low, you go high.
Yeah.
In September 2025, a federal judge dismissed Drake's case, ruling that Lamar's lyrics were expressive opinions within the artistic context of rap performance and therefore protected under the First Amendment. The decision leaned heavily on precedents affirming that rap lyrics, no matter how inflammatory, are often viewed as hyperbolic artistic commentary rather than literal statements of fact. Judge Emerson, who presided over the case, stated that hip-hop diss tracks historically rely on metaphor, exaggeration, and provocation. They are not bound by factual accuracy. That ruling delivered a major win for UMG and Lamar's camp, but left Drake and his legal team determined to push back. Within weeks, Drake's lawyers filed a notice of appeal, arguing that the court failed to account for how modern media amplifies and recontextualizes lyrics into perceived truth. Drake's appeal, submitted on October 29, 2025, challenges the federal court's reasoning on two major fronts. First, it asserts that Lamar's lyrics were not mere opinion, but explicit, false statements that suggested criminal conduct, an area not shielded by artistic immunity. Second, it emphasizes the song's unprecedented reach. Not Like Us amassed hundreds of millions of streams and became a viral soundbite across platforms, embedding the accusations into public perception. Drake's camp claims the impact transcended music, affecting his endorsements, brand deals, and overall public trust. When a falsehood is packaged as art and distributed to millions, it stops being metaphor and starts being defamation, his attorney stated in the brief. The appeal also points to direct fan reactions, citing analytics where search terms linking Drake to criminal accusations spiked by over 400% after the song's release. The case now moves to the U.S. Court of Appeals, where judges will determine whether artistic freedom truly has no boundary, or whether it must yield when lyrics morph into alleged character assassination.
They both went to hell on each other. So it's like, if both of y'all going to hell on each other, it's like, come on, man, you gotta eat that. And Drake has prolonged this whole situation. Drake made The L he took to Kendrick Lamar, way worse.
Capital L now.
Capital L now. Like, you know, you lost the battle, and you keep it moving.
You're still a superstar.
You're a superstar.
You're still, sell out shows. Your next album is gonna get streamed to hell. Come on.
Like, but you made it worse by just simply coming out there and suing. Like, yo, you can't get over losing in a rap battle that much that you had to sue. And by the way, Drake is the one who stopped the battle. Drake stopped the battle. Drake waved the white flag with that Hard Part 6 bullshit.
Oh, that was horrible.
Within hours of the appeal filing, reactions flooded the rap community. Some artists applauded Drake for taking a stand, arguing that reputational attacks and diss tracks have gone too far in the streaming era. Others accused him of undermining the very essence of hip-hop, a genre built on lyrical warfare and verbal dominance. Industry veterans like 50 Cent and The Game reportedly weighed in on social media, calling the lawsuit a sign of a changing rap climate, where bars now come with lawyers. Fans across platforms remain divided. Some see the lawsuit as an overreaction, an attempt to censor lyrical competition, while others believe it exposes how digital amplification turns entertainment into defamation overnight. While Drake's legal fire burns hotter, Kendrick Lamar has remained publicly silent. Sources close to his team claim Lamar views the matter as already settled in court and culture. His label, PG Lang, has continued business as usual, teasing new projects and collaborations. Yet, Not Like Us continues to echo through playlists, TikToks, and NBA arenas, a track that refuses to die down. Critics argue that Lamar's silence is strategic. By not engaging, he preserves his position as the victorious underdog, the lyricist who beat Drake both in rhyme and resonance. Others interpret the quiet as caution, knowing that every public word could resurface in legal arguments. Either way, Lamar's composure only fuels the mythos around him, the calm in a storm he created. Beyond the legal motion, Drake faces the toughest image rehabilitation of his career. The accusations implied in Not Like Us, whether true or fabricated, have reshaped how segments of the public view him. Major brands have reportedly paused collaborations pending the outcome of the appeal, and social media sentiment analysis shows a dip in favorability. Still, Drake remains resilient. Sources within OVO Sound suggest the rapper has spent recent months in near isolation, recording new material reflecting frustration and resolve. Close collaborators describe his upcoming album as his most introspective yet, a journal through smoke and truth. Fans speculate that the project might address both the defamation case and his fractured relationship with hip-hop peers, including Kendrick.
Kendrick beat him to the punch. I'll never forget it, man. My man Glasses Malone, this was on the Saturday that Not Like Us happened. Me and Glasses was talking. I think it was me, Glasses, and DJ Head. Glasses was like, yeah, I love the battle, man, but he said, I'm kind of over it because no hits have come from it yet. That's what Glasses said. Glasses said no hits have come from it yet. He was like, yo, where's the hit record? Because I always thought that was the angle Drake was going to take. I thought Kendrick was going to out-rap Drake.
Yeah.
And I thought that Drake was just going to come with that bop.
Back to back.
Like a back-to-back that everybody's fucking with. But Kendrick beat him to the punch. And it was that, I'll never forget, because Glasses said it that Saturday, and literally by Saturday afternoon, Not Like Us dropped. And, the West Coast went crazy,
Right. What was the Kendrick record? What was the Kendrick diss record that he did that switched the beat 3 times?
That was Euphoria.
No.
Euphoria switched the beat.
No. It was the Drake song. Remember
Drake song.
The video with the car getting crushed?
Oh, Drake. That was Drake Family Matters.
Family Matters.
The Drake versus Kendrick saga has transcended personal rivalry. It now stands as a test case for what hip-hop expression means in the age of virality. For decades, diss tracks were confined to mixtapes and battles, fiery, personal, but ephemeral. In today's algorithm-driven ecosystem, lyrics live forever, influencing public perception beyond the music sphere. The question before the appellate court and before the culture is whether the First Amendment's protection of artistic speech should remain absolute when lyrics directly affect reputations at global scale. Legal analysts call this one of the most consequential music law disputes since 2 Live Crew versus A Cuff Rose, 1994, which defined parody rights. But this time, the battleground is the blurred space between art and alleged reality. The appeals process is expected to unfold over several months. If the appellate judges reverse the lower court's ruling, the case could return to trial, a scenario that would force Lamar and UMG executives to testify under oath about the creative process behind Not Like Us. If the dismissal stands, stands, Drake will have exhausted nearly every legal option short of the Supreme Court. Insiders speculate that the final decision could redefine how labels vet controversial content. If Drake wins, says media attorney Rachel Kim, every label will think twice before approving a diss track that sounds like a factual claim. If he loses, the message will be clear. In hip-hop, you can say almost anything, and it's all protected art. No matter the verdict, this battle is carving its mark on the history of rap culture. Drake's decision to take lyrical warfare into the courtroom signals a generational shift, from street credibility to corporate accountability. The lines that once separated real life from rap life are dissolving, replaced by an era where every verse can carry legal weight. Kendrick Lamar's artistry, meanwhile, reinforces rap's power as political speech, unfiltered, confrontational, and uncontainable. Not Like Us remains a sonic monument to that power, while Drake's counteraction reminds the world that even icons can bleed when words cut deep. In the end, this story isn't just about two titans of hip-hop. It's about the evolution of the culture itself. From microphone battles to court filings, from street anthems to legal documents, it's about the cost of truth, the price of reputation, and the unending struggle to define where art ends and accountability begins. The world is watching, the culture is listening, and hip-hop, once again, stands at the crossroads of freedom